Hi everyone, welcome on board to helper.tv, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact.
A thief is a thief. A common criminal is a common criminal and nothing more. There are a lot of things that have happened over time, and this has called for a lot of concerns. And I'm talking about the parasitic relationship between the West and Africa. And when I say the West, I'm talking about France, I'm talking about the United Kingdom, I'm talking about countries that are involved in slavery, countries that are involved in colonization, and countries that have experts that are criminals, that are common thieves, but they call them explorers. These names are given to them so as to beautify the criminal activities that they engage themselves in. Anyway, recently something happened in the United Kingdom, and if you are a Biafran, if you are particularly IGBO, if you're an Igbo person, I want you to listen to this with apt attention. A lot of artifacts and artworks have been stolen from Africa and even natural resources. If you talk about the diamond, the big one that the Queen has in the United Kingdom, and many other things have been stolen from India, or they have been stolen from Africa. A British auction company, Christie, has been called out for selling 2 life-sized wooden statues stolen from Biafra land, and the statue is sold for 85.6 million naira. That is in the range of $238,000. This was sold in an online auction on Monday, June 29th, 2020. There are a lot of these artifacts, statues. Some of them, they are made in gold, some of them made in bronze, and many other rare earth elements. But you would wonder, how is it that all of this landed in the museums in Europe? Is it that they do not have anything in their museum, something that speaks about themselves? But then the truth of the matter is that that is what speaks about them, what they have done over time, how they've gone to other people's continent, and how they've stolen from them. The statues labeled a couple of Igbo figurines attributed to Orca Masters were sold to an online bidder on Monday, despite controversy surrounding how the company gained possession of them. Once France and Belgium, France said they were going to return some artifacts that they felt that they should return after they've made money from it. You know, tourists have come there to see these things and they've made money from them. And when people talk about reparations and some other things, they've not even bothered. Because right now we have what they call neo-colonization. A professor of African and American diaspora art, Chika Okeke-Agulu, had called out Christie in a spirited campaign over the past few weeks to stop the sale of the statues, but the campaign failed. That is because the people that are involved, people screaming Biafra now, people fighting and agitating for all of this, many of them, and of course, the politicians that are from the southeast of Nigeria, particularly the ones from the 5 eastern states, they are not bothered. They feel, what the hell do we have to bother about that figurine? That figurine, something that we can also carve. We have a lot of them. We don't even need them anymore. So if they are going to sell this for that, that's their business. He had argued that the statues were 2 out of the dozens of local artifacts stolen from the southeast region where they were made while the Igbo natives of the region were locked in a deadly civil war with the Nigerian government between 1967 and 1970. That tells you that during the war, there were people, vampires, vultures that were there not to help. So many a times you see them come and they say they are there for charity and all of that. It is not necessarily for that. So whilst they were there, acting as if they were there to help, they were actually there to steal, to see what they can take off. If you've seen videos and movies and documentaries of many of these people that call themselves different names, but they are common thieves. They call themselves explorers. I think you must have watched many of these movies that looked interesting, like it's an adventure. But when you look at it, it's simply thieves. These are thieves. These artworks are stained with the blood of Biafran children, Okeke Agolu wrote in an Instagram post on June 6th. However, Christie said it doesn't believe the statues were acquired illegally by Jacques Kechache, the French collector that owned them. Nigeria had already passed the Antiquities Ordinance Law in 1953 to prohibit the trade of stolen cultural artifacts, years before the statues and others like them were believed to have been transported out of the country. There have been concerted efforts over the years to have African artifacts transported abroad via colonial exploitation or illegal looting, and they've asked that this to be returned to the continent, but success has been rare. Why? Because the people stealing these things off from you, they have weapons of mass destruction, and moreover, they are also kind of in cooperation with many saboteurs, and I'm talking about your political rulers who are involved in stealing money and taking it down there to hide and to save. Chika Okeke Agolu, in his Instagram post, he said, in a 2017 op-ed article in the New York Times, I wrote about widespread looting of art from eastern Nigeria during the Biafran War, 1967 to 1970, and that my mother still mourns the overnight disappearance of countless alusi, sacred sculptures from communal shrines in my hometown, Umoji, in Anambra State. These art raids, from all indications, were sponsored by dealers and their clients collectors, mostly based in Europe and in the United States. Now, one would have asked a simple question. If this alusi, if they are revered, if they are sacred, if they are to be worshipped, and if people actually believe that there is some gods there, how is it possible for these things to have been stolen without them killing whoever stole them? That's to let you know that there are a lot of mysteries, a lot of very terrible things. And of course, people believe in some things that may work on them, arm them, or do whatever it is to them. But why? How is it possible that they stole these things? Anyway, it turns out that later this month, the Venerable Christie will auction two of these impressive alusi seen here, the ones you've seen, said to have been acquired in 1969 to 1968 to 1969 in situ by Jacques Kechache, 1942 to 2001. That is, Mr. Kechache acquired these sculptures in the Inri Oka area, a half-hour drive from my hometown, during the darkest years of the Biafran War. Dear Christian, let's be clear about the provenance of the sculptures you want to sell. While between 500,000 and 3 million civilians, including babies like me, were dying of kwashoko and starvation inside Biafra, and while young French doctors were in the war zone establishing what we know now as Doctors Without Borders, their compatriots, Mr. Kechache, went there to buy up my people's cultural heritage, including the two sculptures you are now offering for sale. I write this so no one, including Christian, my potential buyer, and any potential buyer of this loot from Biafra, can claim ignorance of this true provenance. These artworks are stained with the blood of Biafra children. But did they listen? No. Was it sold? Yes. That is it. So I think part of the agitation for Biafra and a lot of things, we need to educate ourselves. That's just what it is. We need to educate ourselves. And moreover, some even said that the statue should be stolen because they do not want any of these graven images that people worship, that has brought ancestral curses, that has created problems for the people, where they have to call on some prophets here and there to come revive their land and take off some of this alusi, or take off some of this graven image that demons live inside. So if demons live inside of the statues, how? What is the person, the buyer, using it for? Is it going to create some problems in their homes? The statues in the museums, what's going on with them? Or is this demon only activated when it is in the land that it is brought from, or the land that they got in? There are a lot of mysteries. So if you are a spiritualist, if you are someone, a prophet, if you're a pastor, if you have ability to explain many of those mysteries to us, you can kindly do so. And aside this too, there were some that were stolen, if not sold by some people, or let's use the word stolen, or sold by some groups of people in Edo State, in Benin City, where they have many of these statues too. Many of these things have been stolen off from Africa, from different regions here and there, and they are in Europe. They're there everywhere. What is your opinion? Drop it in the comment section below. And of course, if you can explain to us how a graven image that many people worship is being stolen and taken away without the demons inside of it fighting back.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.